As a society, man, we've really been struggling with the housing crisis. I recently came across a video where there's robots in Central Texas that are building homes from the dirt on the ground. I don't know why we actually think about this. Even then, you don't need robots. If it's clay, you could use your hands. Granted, it's gonna take longer, but it's still feasible. If you go to some of these third world countries, i.e. Africa, India, their homes are built from the resources around them. It's only in America and some of these upper echelon countries in which they literally go to a whole other dimension to find materials that are going to protect you from everyday weather.
A rather unusual home is in development south of Austin, made of clay, built by robots. Terran Robotics, a tech startup, is aiming to use the cheapest material on Earth to solve the housing crisis. This week, they completed construction on their very first home, and KXAN senior science reporter Eric Henriksen takes an in-depth look how the company plans to reshape affordable housing across the country.
Something like 8 to 10% of the world's population still lives in Earth. It's incredibly nice to live inside of. It regulates humidity, sound, and temperature better than just about any material. Daniel Weddle, Chief Design Officer and co-founder. We're like an autonomous system of putting a house together with materials found on site. Our supply chain is all here. We literally take it from under our feet. We take the straw, that subsoil, a little bit of water, this machine, turn it up, dump it out, set it on a build plate, and then the machine comes in with a claw.
This is our humble little robot. The way it works is it hangs from 8 cables that attach. Each tower has 2 motors in it, and they spool the cables in and out. We are able to get very precise in terms of where it's positioned relative to the wall, and therefore where exactly it's hitting and how much it's hitting the wall to compress it into shape. It's kind of trying to replicate how a human might build an adobe house.
Our goal is affordable housing. This is the cheapest material to build with. You're always going to be within 10, 20 miles of clay. In the Southwest in particular, something like 95 to 97% of sites that have clay on them are going to be suitable. A house like this should theoretically be something like 5 to 7 days, and each operator should be able to run 3 machines. The Earth does everything, and that's the intention.
I kind of hate the fact that the reporter had called it a rather unusual home. So I feel like these homes need to be more usual than the modern ones we continue to build. These homes are way cheaper, and I agree with the engineer. He said 80% of the world still lives in mud homes, clay homes, and, they're more sustainable. Just as a whole, man, I feel like, going back to the basics as a society is definitely going to help with a lot of our societal issues. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.